Welcome back, whoever may be watching, to Alien Talk, Episode 3. This time, we are going to be discussing the Pleiadians, which are more of a peaceful race of aliens, actually, surprisingly. Although they could possibly be much more deceptive than we may think, and we'll get into that later in the video. Just as you can, please subscribe, like, comment, all that, but most importantly, subscribe. Helps me out. And back from vacation, and now I'm going to be doing more of these talks, alien talks, and not just Sundays, but more days of the week, guaranteed on Sunday too, and troll pastas. I have one coming out today as well on Sunday. Alright, without further ado, welcome. So the Pleiadians are a almost elf-like alien race that live in the Taurus constellation. And the Pleiades are 7 star sisters in the Taurus constellation, of where supposedly the Pleiadians, these white-haired, or you could even say platinum blonde-haired aliens live. Very tall, very intelligent. They are the most advanced spiritually, spirit-wise aliens in supposedly the universe. Okay, this is all supposed. None of this is hard fact. No one's actually recorded, and it's like these aliens, if there's so many different species and they exist, why don't you just record them? But I guess we're just too smart for that, right? So Pleiadians are very spiritually active. Oh, that's a car. Sorry. Hopefully you didn't hear that. They're very spiritually active. The most, really, they're basically space wizards in a way, or witches. Many people, it's kind of like a new age religion, and of course I'm going to go down the rabbit hole here a little bit into the religious space, but the Pleiades are said to be able to basically use mediums, and human mediums, to give their messages through, and to just talk to us and tell us about the universe, tell us really who Jesus is, or whatever, if you believe in God or not, which this is just all, in my opinion, silly, but my opinion will come a little later, or throughout the video. But these aliens they basically just hide. I don't really know why, but they're out in the universe not even doing crap, really. They're just, supposedly they want to ascend every human on the planet. They're saying, here's these energy shifts on this date and on this place, and this will change you. And apparently they're downloading, almost like the Matrix, they're downloading new software into us, updating and making us ascend, our souls lighter and more pure. But as you can see with the current coronavirus crap, that is not really true. The abilities they possess, other than psychic, is they can astral project, apparently. They can, I guess astral projecting is going full spirit form, but they can do that. Communicate to you through your mind, so psychic. I guess they could turn invisible too. There have been a few instances of that, apparently, but no proof again. And in my reptilian video, if you watched that, my first episode, I mentioned Admiral Byrd and his basically adventure out into the Antarctic in his plane, and I told you that he he met up with these blonde-haired, blue-eyed people. Very tall, handsome, in blue skin tights, space clothing, basically, almost elastic. And this is a reoccurring theme with the Pleiadians, or they're basically said to either wear robes or skin tight black cat level suits. And the thing is that these aliens were in flying saucers with swastikas on the outside of them. And these flying saucers were standard circular flying saucers. On the outside, swastikas, and they lived inside this hole which went into Agartha. And in Agartha, there was this basically city that Admiral Byrd went into. And I'm not really saying I believe this or whatever. I'm like half and half on this, if I'm being completely honest, because the stuff's really interesting. But in Admiral Byrd, I don't think he didn't have any drug addiction or drinking addiction. He wasn't like hallucinating, or he was, under the influence. He was in the military, and this supposedly happened to him. And they keep this his journal, away from the public, even though you can find it online. It's honestly kind of difficult to find now, but you can't find it. And once he entered the city, once these blonde-haired blue men led him into the city, he basically met the Master. His name was the Master, not the one from Doctor Who, but he seemed kind of all powerful, like knowledge wise. He could read your mind, and he told Admiral Byrd of what is to come, the nuclear wars. I believe this was before. I don't really want to, don't quote me on this, but it might be before whenever they started using atomic bombs, so maybe before World War I or II. And he basically told him that, the humans are going to start using atomic bombs. It's going to basically screw up reality, screw up time and space in a small way, basically tearing something in time and space, damaging it, and you need to tell them not to do this. You need to stop them. And he did his best. He did tell them, because from Admiral Byrd's point of view, this is what he experienced. But I can't say if it was real or not. It's just very interesting and worth noting. I know I kind of went into that a little in depth, but that is probably their most prominent occurrence, the Pleiadians. There's not much to say about them, honestly, even though these New Age religious leaders and people who claim to be mediums between the Pleiadians, they honestly don't know crap either, really. They're just saying what the Pleiadians say, what's coming through them, supposedly, right? And they just make assumptions. I don't really believe any of them have ever seen any. I think Admiral Byrd is a possibility, because I just don't see why he'd lie. He doesn't have a criminal reputation. I just couldn't find any dirt on him. So he's like the most sound source of evidence, if you want to find any. So another prominent role you could say the Pleiadians have played in on our planet is that supposed interference on television of this supposed alien telling them that his name is, I believe his name was Ashtar or whatever, or he was from Ashtar Command, something like that. And I'll probably put up a clip of the video right here.
This is High Court decision, which didn't plan on them playing a test match.
This is the voice of Allah, representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command, speaking to you. For many years you have seen us as lights in the stars. We speak to you now to send us as we have done to your brothers and sisters all over this, your planet Earth. We come to warn you of the destiny of your race and your world so that you may communicate to your fellow beings the course you must take to avoid the disaster which threatens your world and the beings on other worlds around you.
But he's basically from Ashtar Command. He's otherworldly, and he tells them this message that I can't remember, and it's just, honestly, in my opinion, that's kind of ridiculous. And the famous blonde-haired elf-looking guy with his hand up, kind of like Jesus Christ, and he has a blue suit on. That's where that originated from, really. And they claim that Jesus Christ was just a manifestation of their god. I believe their god's name is Anu, and he played the role of God, and he was one of the many gods. But that is just, it's just craziness. There's a lot of lore here, and a lot of uncertain lore. Someone will tell you something else, I'll tell you something else. This is just what I know, personally. I'm not an expert. I just like to discuss this on this channel. It's fun. It's fun for me. And I do research before I do these videos, record. But I haven't found really anything new. They're basically ghosts in a way. You don't see them. They talk to you through spiritual means, and except they're all loving. None of them are really bad. That's another thing I want to mention. These Pleiadians, there's apparently no evil ones, and I guess because of them being spiritually ascended in the supposed 6 and 8 dimensions, which you can't even comprehend. It's I suppose it makes sense. There's no harm, or maybe there's only harm and no peace, right? But in this instance, it's only peace. But that basically wraps up the Pleiadians. And what do I think about them? I think that they are probably not real, in my opinion. I might have missed something throughout this video that's important, but I think I got all of them. I just think that they're an interesting concept, and they could be mistaken for angels, if you believe in angels at all. They could be mistaken for any other thing. That's the thing about these mythical creatures and aliens. They could be the same creature. A demon could be an angel, or an alien, or a gray alien, or a reptilian, or the Men in Black. It could be any of those. It's very strange when you look into it. They're all similar. Like the Men in Black only occur when there's aliens and demons. Possessions are apparently, like, they happen after UFO sightings sometimes. So it's all very strange, and it maybe all ties together, but I really don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed another alien talk. That was enjoyable to talk about. I'll have gameplay in the background here. I don't actually know which. I think Control, actually. And have a great day or night, and don't get abducted.